5 people are killed in an accident at Kiegea Bridge in Morogoro region. Rain wreaks havoc in Kalambo district, Rukwa region. And in sports, Simba Sports Club star Jonas Mkude denies claims he wants to quit Taifa Stars. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. 5 people were killed and 5 others injured after a lorry with cargo collided into a van when it was crossing Kiegea Bridge along the Morogoro-Dodoma Road. The police commander in Morogoro region, SACP Wilbert Mutafungwa, said the brakes of the lorry, which was carrying cement, had failed and crashed into the van, causing the death of 4 on the spot, while the 5th casualty died while receiving treatment in hospital.
Gari hilo liliweza kuendelea kwa kasi kubwa na ya ajabu.
The vehicle was on very high speed and lost control. Ahead of it was Toyota Noah with passengers on board waiting to cross over. Both vehicles ahead were pushed on the side.
Jeshi la polisi tunaendelea kuimarisha ulinzi, kuimarisha.
The police force is enforcing security in this area. We urge that construction be completed on time.
Mida hiyo saa 12:30 jioni kulikuwa na lori ambalo lilikuwa lina.
At about 6 p.m. there was a lorry descending the hill, so the vehicle in front of me had to wait behind me. There was another vehicle. All of a sudden the lorry crashed against us.
Baada ya hapo mimi nikawa nimefuatia nyuma ya Noah, alafu nyuma yangu mimi kukawa na Brevis. Mara tukasikia lori hilo la simenti limekuja kwa mwendo wa kasi. Likawa limeanza yule wa nyuma yangu kwenye Brevis limemgonga upande ule wa kushoto, likaja likanigonga na mimi.
Dar es Salaam Region Commissioner Paul Makonda has announced that as from the 25th of March this year, a spraying operation will be implemented in various areas of the city, bringing preventative measures against the spread of the coronavirus.
Wafanyabiashara hamumkomoi mtu serikalini.
Business owners, you're not punishing anyone by refusing to follow instructions, but rather you're putting your own lives at risk. It is important that we obey instructions given by the Ministry of Health.
Tulivyoambiwa sanitizer, unakinga mdomo wako, hata ukiwa na kikohozi namna kukohoa sio huku unakohoa ukiwa umeweka kiwiko chako.
Now, ongoing rains in Tabora region have wreaked havoc in Kalambo district, Rukwa region, causing the death of 2 people, destroying several houses, and Kisisiwe Road in Sumbawanga municipal. Now, the District Commissioner of Kalambo District, Juliet Binyura, has warned residents against crossing over flooded rivers.
We ask the government to reconstruct the bridge. An absence of one is causing a lot of harm. There are the sick, elderly, expectant mothers who need to go to hospital. The government plans to carry out an assessment on damage caused on all bridges, so funds can be made available to carry out repair work. It was reported that another person had died. I urge everyone to be cautious when crossing over.
The High Court of Tanzania plans to increase use of ICT to reduce congestion of remandees and crowds of people in courts as measures against the coronavirus outbreak. This was said in Dar es Salaam by the principal judge of the High Court of Tanzania, Dr. Eliezer Feleshi.
Kwa hao maafisa wasajili, mahakimu, wafawidhi na watendaji wa mahakama.
All court personnel must limit the number of those who don't have a reason to be in the courthouse.
Kila mahakama tumetoa maelekezo na hili linafanyika.
We've instructed every courthouse that every person coming to court must wash hands. We provided water and soap and sanitizers. Those in custody will not be brought to court. Cases will be heard via video conferencing. There is an online system to file cases. This year alone, 4,170 cases have been filed.
Residents of Mbingama suburb in Isele village, Iringa region, have fled the area due to floods which have left them homeless. The District Commissioner Richard Kasesela has called on the residents not to return to the area due to the frequent floods.
There has been a lot of rain and the bridge was damaged. We are suffering so much, especially expectant mothers.
Tumewaokoa wenzetu, lakini vyakula vyao, bajeti zao walizokuwa nazo asilimia kubwa zimekwenda na maji.
We've saved those affected, but a large proportion of food has been swept in the water. A lot has been lost, but we are grateful that everyone has been saved.
Marufuku mtu kujenga kule Mbingama.
No one is allowed to build there again. As of today, if anyone does so, then he would have committed a criminal offense, regardless of whether it is dry or wet. It should only be used for farming.
Kuanzia sasa kule ni mashamba tu.
37 illegal immigrants have been arrested at Nan village in Ngorongoro district, Arusha region. The immigration officer of the district, Lydia Angumbwike, has said that many of the illegal immigrants were Kenyan nationals.
In Ngorongoro district, there is a lot of unofficial entry points. So as a district, we are well prepared to safeguard our borders, and for every visitor coming in is processed according to set regulations. But this also includes arresting those who illegally cross our borders. We urge those who use unofficial entry points to use authorized entry points in order to protect ourselves from the coronavirus.
Heads of the government departments in Korogwe district, Tanga region, have conducted special training on preventative measures against the coronavirus because the district has a big number of visitors who use the road connecting north regions in neighboring Kenya.
You must wash your hands regularly and avoid crowds, but also keep a social distance. We are educating the general public on how they can protect themselves. As you can see over there, there is soap and water provided for hand wash. As you can see, these files have been brought to me, but I must sanitize my hands and surfaces. This is in order to control the spread of the coronavirus. I urge parents to make sure that they too provide water and soap in their homes so family members can regularly wash hands.
Expectant mothers at Mbeya Referral Hospital have been sharing beds due to the small size of the maternity ward. The chief medical doctor at the hospital, Dr. Gloria, made the statement when receiving bags of cement from Tanzania Postal Bank to be used for construction of a new maternity and infant ward at Mbeya Referral Hospital.
Jengo lipo na huduma zinatolewa zote za mama na mtoto, lakini
there is a unit where mother and child are receiving treatment, but it is not enough because there isn't adequate beds. So we have been forced to do something about it.
Leo lile wakina mama wanapojifungulia ni eneo ambalo ni dogo sana.
The maternal unit is very small, so we decided rather than waiting for government funding, which could take a long time, it will be better to begin and ask various stakeholders to help us.
Kama mkoa kwamba kwa kushirikiana na uongozi wa hospitali ya mkoa,
we thought it best as a region, working with regional hospital, to build a modern maternal unit.
Ambao kwenye ramani za sasa jengo hilo lina zaidi ya ghorofa 3.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows next. And in international news, people across South Africa are bracing for a 21-day lockdown after the government announced sweeping new measures to tackle the spread of the new coronavirus. President Cyril Ramaphosa announced in a televised address to the nation that from Thursday, March 26th until Thursday, 16th of April, all South Africans will have to stay at home. On Tuesday, the number of confirmed cases went up from 62 a week ago to 554. Now, during this period, health workers, emergency personnel and security services will be allowed to work, while soldiers will be deployed to patrol streets. In Kenya has gone up from 16 to 25. The Minister of Health, Mutahi Kagwe, has said that out of the new cases, 7 are Kenyan nationals and the other 2 are foreigners. Now, the coronavirus cases were reported in Nairobi, Mombasa, Kwale and Kilifi counties.
The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Kenya to 25. These confirmed cases are spread out in 4 counties, namely Nairobi, Mombasa, Kilifi, and Kwale. Out of the 9 confirmed cases, 7 are Kenyans, while 2 are foreigners. And of the 7 Kenyans, 3 have contacted the virus from close contact or previously confirmed cases, while the 4 others have contacted the same from countries that are affected with the virus.
As the number of coronavirus cases continues to increase to the current 36 reported cases at the police force in Rwanda. Now, the police force in Rwanda has warned citizens who violate a directive instructing them to stay indoors that stern action will be taken on those who are found loitering around, whereby they will be arrested, detained, and also fined.
We will
follow up on those alleged seeking for essential services. The follow-up will be for the purpose of satisfying ourselves. If we find out that they were lying, they will be arrested, imprisoned, and fined. Markets and shops are closed, but food markets and pharmacies are open. And people with disabilities living along the border between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo have said the decision by Rwanda to close its border has affected their livelihoods, as many of them conduct trade activities along the area. Kwanza, we are feeling bad for border restrictions imposed by Rwanda. We're expecting to receive goods to continue with our business activities. And that is the end of international news. Business news follows next.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight. Traders at various markets in Dar es Salaam have said that business has been affected by the coronavirus outbreak, as customers are now afraid to go shopping in crowded areas.
Business is difficult. We don't receive a good number of customers as how we used before because of the ongoing coronavirus threat. We are praying to God to put an end to this disease, since there is nothing that we can do. Business activities are minimal because customers have fear of visiting markets. This means that the disease have also impacted business activities.
The government has been advised to strengthen security along the borders in Kagera region between Kenya and Uganda in order to prevent traders from crossing over into the region on the Lake Victoria due to the coronavirus outbreak.
We are calling on responsible authorities to take measures on this disease. Thus, they should make sure that at River Victoria, smuggling activities are combated, because right now the situation is very bad. What is important right now is for responsible institutions, from Immigration, Ministry of Health to Police Force, to play their roles effectively.
The Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, has said that a big number of the farmers and livestock keepers in Mvomero district, Morogoro region, have little knowledge on weather reports, and that this has affected their production activities.
The report shows that there is low awareness from farmers and some of experts in understanding information of weather forecasts so that they could be worked on. When the weather forecast says that the coming season will have low period of rainfalls, it allows farmers to prepare for the season ahead by planting seeds that would endure such kind of weather, or what technology could be useful for such kind of environment.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Marquinhos, he did lose to Lent.
And in sports news, Simba SC midfielder Jonas Mkude has refuted claims he wants to quit playing for Tanzania's national team. Here's more on the story.
The veteran midfielder was among players summoned for the African Nation Championships CHAN training camp, but he failed to turn up before he was suspended due to the coronavirus. His decision not to show up in camp irked coach Etienne Dairagije, who wondered why he had failed to do so despite the call-up. Mkude has now said every player loves or dreams to play for his or her national team, and it will be a strange decision for him to reject the Taifa Stars. "I've never ever said anything anywhere about resigning from serving the national team or rejecting the call to feature in the team," said Mkude.
Renovation work at Azam Football Club Chamazi Complex is proceeding, with the club saying they will be returning to their home ground when the league resumes as planned.
There are also two things, and it is a new technology. That is the first thing on the ground. The renovation has also made the pitch more friendly to the players. There were pavements just after the pitch, but now the grass will be extended to the end of the pitch.
Now moving on, the Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games have been postponed until next year because of the worldwide coronavirus pandemic. The event, due to begin on 24th of July, will now take place no later than summer 2021. The event, due to begin on July 24th, will now take place no later than summer 2021. The event will still be called Tokyo 2020 despite taking place in 2021. In a joint statement, the organizers of Tokyo 2020 and the IOC say the unprecedented and unpredictable spread of the outbreak has seen the situation in the rest of the world deteriorating. Now, moving on, the A-League has been postponed with a few rounds of the regular season remaining, bringing all top-level sport in Australia to a halt as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. Here are more details.
Football Federation Australia announced on Tuesday morning the competition will be put on hold for the foreseeable future, with a heartbreaking decision to suspend competition to be reviewed on 22nd of April. FFA remains optimistic of resuming the 2020 season at some stage, although CEO James Johnson admitted concern over the impact of the decision on the governing body's finances. Monday night's game between the Newcastle and Melbourne City, won 2-1 by the Jets, proved to be the last for the time being, despite FFA's hopes of playing out a condensed version of the season.
Former Arsenal and Barcelona star Alexander Leb has tried to make light of the chaotic coronavirus situation in Belarus, suggesting Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo might make a move for more playing time as the country's president refuses to call off football. Here is more.
Indeed, while the majority of governments around the world have called a halt to their sports in an effort to contain the spread of the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, the Belarusian top tier went ahead as planned on Thursday, with energetic BGU taking on Bate Borisov in a half-full stadium. Hleb himself understands the severity of the otherwise worldwide state of emergency and has kept his family well isolated, and at first could only joke about the highly questionable decisions being made by controversial President Alexander Lukashenko. The Belarusian Premier League is the last league in Europe not to have suspended play until the coronavirus is under control, with the Turkish Super League having finally seen sense on Thursday and called a halt to league action.
And that's Sports Item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching.